Today was a great practice for the team. Very high focus. It was the first day in full pads. It was the first day we were really able to compete and take each other to the ground. So it's a lot of energy, a lot of great focus.
And tell us a little bit about maybe your experience at West Point so far, opportunities to get on the field.
So opportunities I've had on the field. I went to the prep school, so I'm now a Yuck. So this is my third year, really, I guess, in the Army program. Second year up here, big school. So I was fortunate enough last year to get a lot of snaps on special teams. Played most special teams. Only a little bit of KOR. Other than that, I played kickoff, punt, and punt return. And freshman year, I was also fortunate enough to play a little bit of kickoff, play a little bit of punt block later in the season. But really, as far as defense goes, haven't played too much. Got a little bit of snaps in the UConn game, Wisconsin game. So a little bit of sporadic snaps like here and there, but for the most part, backing up Malcolm. We were fortunate enough he was healthy all last season. So.
And what you're working on at your linebacker spot this spring practice?
This year we're putting a big emphasis on our pass rush coming from the field. So it was kind of a little bit uneven in the past where we have a lot coming from the boundary with guys great as Andre Carter. So we're definitely trying to even that out and be a threat from both sides. So Coach Woody and Coach Luce have done a great job. We've been working on our pass rush coming from the Apache spot. So we've been doing well. The young guys have been doing really well with it. So I'm really excited about that, especially coming from a corner background in high school. It's been great to finally get after the quarterback a little bit. Excited about that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jimmy, Ken McMillan with the Times Herald Record.
Good to meet you, sir.
Jimmy, you were just mentioning about how you would get some snaps here and there. How valuable is it to get those opportunities when you're a young player here?
Definitely very valuable. I'd say the big thing is especially in the summers we have military trainings and stuff. So coming in as a freshman, you're definitely set back a little bit of disadvantage. So especially as a freshman, it's very difficult to come in and play right away. But as a sophomore, it's really dependent on who you got in front of you, but you gotta work your way to get on the field. So
is it kind of like an affirmation, like you're on the right path and it's just exciting to get an opportunity?
Absolutely. Because we get all these reps in practice, and it's never the same as the big stage. So it's definitely really exciting.
Everybody would love to come into any college and play all 4 years. But in most cases, you really have to kind of bide your time, right?
Absolutely. I think it's really important to understand like the role you play on your team, and we put a huge emphasis on playing special teams here. We talk about how it's not something we have to do; it's something we get to do. So any way we can get on the field and contribute to the team, is huge for us. We take a lot of pride.
Obviously, as you go into a third year, now you're becoming a junior. I expect that you feel like hey, this is my time. This is my time to show something, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the starter position is definitely up in the air. We're working it up until the first game, and it's week by week. But that's definitely been my goal. It's what I've worked to, ever since I got here. So especially as being like one of the older guys in the position room, it's something I'm definitely focused on.
What did you want to work on in your game specifically to get you ready for the season?
I talked about it a little briefly before, but definitely the pass rush.
I think I'm good.
Good.
Hey, Jimmy, Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com. How you doing this afternoon?
Pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm doing well.
Good. Hey, so I know kind of you were recruited, brought in as a D-back, I think, and then switched to the outside linebacker position. How's that transition been for you? What did you learn your first couple of years? I know you said, you mostly played special teams, but the few times you did get in, do some work at outside backer, what did that do for you?
Yeah, so it was a great transition for me. I came from playing corner in high school and then safety when I first got in here. But when I first got here, I weighed about 235 pounds, and since I weigh about 210 pounds. So that weight cut has definitely opened up some doors, like being able to play field side, outside backer. At a lighter weight, I was able to gain a lot of speed. So the transition was pretty easy for me. And the playbook, definitely coming from safety to outside backer, helped a lot.
Great. And you're kind of following in the footsteps of some really talented outside linebackers. Last year's Apache, Malcolm Morrison, had an awesome season, of course, and he'll be graduating this year. And then over at the dogbacker, All-American Andre Carter. What have Andre and Malcolm taught you about the position that's really helped you?
I mean, they're awesome guys to have in not only the meeting room, but on the field. Malcolm has taught me pretty much everything from the fundamentals the first day we were out on the field last year. So I really look up to him. He was a great player. Most of all, even more than technique, he played with no fear and super high energy. Was absolutely relentless. I mean, you never saw him taking a break. And it's the same thing with Andre. They take really intentional reps in practice, give it 100% and whistle to whistle. So that's definitely where I want to mold myself after.
Thanks.
Thanks, sir.
All good. Jimmy, I'm just going to ask you about coming from New Jersey, coming to West Point. What was your decision criteria coming to the academy?
So I come from a little bit of a military background in my family. So not my immediate, but uncles and cousins. So ever since I was little, it's definitely something I wanted to do, especially being around here. My dad took me to a game when I was younger, and pretty much as soon as they offered me, I wanted to commit immediately. As soon as I could get on the phone. It was Coach Chad Will at the time. He's no longer here, but I was like, as soon as I can commit, I want to come. This has been my dream ever since I was little. So.
Well, yeah, great. What branches were your uncles or family in?
So my cousin actually just got out of the Navy. My brother right now is in the Air Force. He's over in Japan. My uncle was in the Army. And then my other cousin was also in the Army.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.